Hello, what's going on, traders? Welcome to today's video. This is Christian at VerrilloTrading. I never heard that one before, did you? Okay, so in this video, I'm going to talk to you guys about the interactive brokerage trading service, and today we're going to cover how to use direct order routing and the difference between that and smart routing, which is normally used. Sure, if you've used the TWS software, you have seen in parentheses the words smart when you are selecting a symbol to trade. That is because it is using a smart routing system or an algorithm. If you want to learn more about what smart routing is, look it up. I'll explain it to you, my understanding of it in this video, okay? So the first thing is, in this video, there is no recommendation to place any trades or do any type of trading. Trading is very risky, and you guys know I talk about it in a lot of my other content that I discuss, the things that are actually required for consistent trading. And this has been a great week, by the way. We just had the CPI week, and anyways, I've come a long way in my trading, but some of you guys out there are just starting. Please take your time, okay? This is not something you will get good at fast. All right, let's talk about direct routing versus smart routing. So some of you guys can comment on this. If you use IB already, let me know your experience of using the smart routing. My experience with it is that I find the fills sometimes can be slower when you're using smart routing, even if it says that the order is being direct routed, or it says smart and then in parentheses the exchange on the right side. I don't think it's directly on the exchange. That's my interpretation of it. So I'm going to show you what I mean here. Again, you have to test it for yourself to see the true results. So now we have this quote monitor. This is a quote monitor in TWS. And actually this layout is available. I think you guys can download this for free. I have a video on it, 5 free TWS templates. All right, here's a symbol, AAPL. And the first way that you determine if the symbol is going to be direct routed or smart routed is actually when you add in the symbol into your quote board. That's why you can see here in the quote board, there's some symbols that have this at the sub exchange next to it. And I'm going to show you how to add that in a minute. You just add it when you're adding in the symbol. So I'm going to click on this symbol, AAPL, which is going to be smart routing. That's the default option. I'm going to right click on it, select buy. So we have a new order here. This order has not yet been transmitted. And over here in the destination tab, it is telling us smart. That means that it will use the Interactive Brokers smart routing system to let them determine which exchange the order will be routed to. That's what smart routing does. It's an algorithm that it basically, you're telling their systems to direct it wherever it thinks it needs to be, or the best place. Maybe that works in favor of the brokerage itself, right? We don't know. It's programmed however they have it programmed. You're not directly routing it to an exchange. All right. Now, if you click on the destination here, you'll see additional smart routing options that you've added when you go into the general configuration and the orders settings. You can add these in for stocks and options, and you can select them. And what's interesting is when you select these, it actually sends your orders to different exchanges. So this is a way of determining which sub exchanges have more rebates or which sub exchanges are more likely to result in a better or potentially faster fill. So that's it. But I also noticed that they're not all very accurate, because I tried this one, V rebate, which is apparently the highest volume exchange, and it was not routing it to the right exchange. Anyways, you'd have to try it for yourself. So let's say we select Smart Max rebate here. Now I'll just fix up the order so that I'll actually be able to submit it. So I'll put a low size and I'll put a price that's below the market, and I'll submit a buy limit order, a bid basically. And now I will transmit this order. There's the order confirmation window. Look at the destination tab. You can see that it still says smart, right? But in parentheses, it says island. So what this means is that it is routing it to island, but I don't think it's directly on island. The reason why I don't think so is because when you direct route orders with IB, it gives you a message. It says your order is about to be directly routed to this exchange, and also that might result in a higher trading fee, because obviously they want you to use their smart routing system. So I don't think this order right here is actually directly on the island exchange. In fact, I doubt that it is, okay? Because it still says smart right there. Now, if I canceled this order off.
Order canceled.
I love that, don't you guys? And let's submit a brand new order again for about 5 shares, price of 140. And let's choose an exchange this time. So let's choose, for example, let's choose Pearl and see what happens. I'll transmit that at Pearl. And now it is telling us here in the order confirmation window that this order will be directly routed to Pearl. Direct routed orders may result in higher trade fees. and then it will give you the option to prefer smart. You don't want this. If you want to direct throughout your orders, you do not want to prefer smart, okay? So I'll just override that and transmit it. And you can see our order is now on Pearl. Now, the order is not live. It's being held and monitored, and it could be for a number of reasons. Number one is we're in after hours, and Pearl might not even be active currently. The only active exchange right now is probably the island. So let's go over to this stock right here, which is a low floating stock, GCT, and I highly do not recommend anybody to trade this type of stock where it is very low volume on the day. And you can see there's a P&L there. Just ignore that, please. I was testing something out, and I ended up in a position. Anyways, we managed to get out of it, luckily. Okay, so I'm going to show you guys how to direct route on this, and I'm going to show you how to do it on Sierra chart as well, and also show you how to do a hidden order, and that's going to be it for this video. Okay, so GCT, there's the symbol. Now I'll briefly show you how to add into your actual quote board, into your watch list, the direct routed symbols. Well, you start by typing in the symbol, like GCT in this case, and then when you get the option for smart or directed, you of course want to choose directed right here. And this is where you can choose multiple, and you can add multiple of them to your quote board, or you can just choose one. So let's say I wanted to add in this CBOE, and I'll just select OK, and now you can see I've added in the option to direct route my orders to CBOE. I'm not even sure if that's a valid exchange for this stock, to be honest. And if it's not a valid exchange, your order is just going to get rejected. And of course, you can determine which exchanges are the ones you should be routing it to by using the smart routing system. So again, you submit a buy, choose a price way down below, $4, and in your smart routing system, choose different things here to see which exchanges it's actually going to route you to. And then once you know which are the exchanges that have, max rebate, max fill, etc., primary, that's when I would personally go ahead and directly route the order to those exchanges instead of using smart routing. So that's how you add the symbols. That's how you find the exchanges. The next thing I'll show you guys is how to actually submit an order on Sierra chart, and this is pretty cool. So on this Sierra chart software here, and you guys know I'm pretty fond of Sierra chart. They're a charting software, a third-party software. I have the NASDAQ total view data feed, which is showing the order book here. So I can see this stock, and I'm gonna basically scroll down the order book just to see the bids. Here, right around $5, there's a couple of big bids here for 4,500.01. So my Sierra chart instance here is connected to Interactive Broker. So if I click on the DOM ladder right here, my trade quantity is set to 100 shares. If I submit it here, let's say I submit it at 497, you can see my 100 share buy order has appeared there on the order book because it's a real order. I can move the order around, and it moves, of course, on the order book. And you can also see the orders there in my TWS instance. You can also see in TWS here that order is being directly routed to the Island Exchange. So I will go back into Sierra chart and just show you guys the symbol settings here. So I'll press F5 or go to chart settings, and take a look at this. So this right here is the symbol in the data feed in Sierra chart to actually get the market data, but the trade symbol has to be the Interactive Brokers symbol because we're trading in Interactive Brokers and we're connected via the socket connection. All right, so you can see here the symbol for IB is this, GCT-STK-Island-USD. Now, one thing that's important regarding this is that I'm not specifying smart routing here. If you look at Sierra's documentation for this, they might show you this. In fact, they show you this, smart/island-USD. But what I learned is that if you want to direct route your orders, you just get rid of the smart /, and then when you try to submit an API order in Sierra and have it populate an IB, you might get an error message that says something like, basically your order is going to get directly routed. You have to go and change a setting in the API settings. So then what you do is you go here in TWS, you go to File, Global Configs, API, Precautions, and it's the last setting right here, Bypass Redirect Order Warning for Stock API orders. You have to check this to have direct routing from Sierra to Interactive Brokers. All right. So the next thing is I'll show you how to hide your orders, right? You can't submit hidden orders from Sierra into IB. They don't support that. In their trade window, they have a feature called minimum show quantity, but it only works for their futures trading services. I don't think it works for IB. What you can do in IB is if you want to submit a hidden order, you have to do it directly from TWS. Now, I can also hide this order, which has already been submitted. The way I'll do that is I will right click on the order, then go to modify the order ticket, and then it will open the order ticket. We can select hidden, just check that box. and then transmit it. Now, if I go ahead and look at the order book, you can see that our order is no longer appearing on the book. It's gone. So I'll go ahead and cancel the order from Sierra. So I'll quickly show you how to submit a hidden order directly from TWS. So I'll select the symbol GCT at Island because we're going to direct route to Island. I'll submit a buy order right there for 100 shares. I'll change the limit price to $4.99 on sale today. And we're going to go directly to Island. And before we transmit the order here, I'm going to right click on it and go to modify the order ticket. And then select hidden. I'm going to check the box for hidden. The order will be hidden from the order book. We will not display any quantity. Transmit it now. We'll get the order confirmation window. I'll just override and transmit them. And then the first thing is we can see that our order is in fact live with the green color code. That means our order is live on an exchange. It's active, and you highlight over it to get more details. Active on Island at a price of $4.99. Then I'll go into Sierra and I'll look at $4.99 on the order book, and you can see that there's nothing there. So our order is showing here in Sierra. It's just a single buy limit order for 100 shares. And there is no order quantity showing on the order book. If I submit a brand new order in Sierra, a separate order for 100 shares, and you can see the order comes up, but that one has a show quantity associated with it. All right. I will cancel both these orders off now.
Order canceled.
Thank you for watching this video. Hope it helped, guys. If you have any questions, let me know, and enjoy your weekend. Take care.